Donald Trump is fleeing New York because they want to look at his taxes, so he's going to bankruptcy-proof Florida. You may not know about this little scam, but it's used by many very wealthy people. It has maintained high property values in Florida. Texas does the same thing, I believe. And that is that the state passed a law a long time ago, I think it was back in the 50s, that says that if you declare bankruptcy in the state, you can keep your home. Now, most states don't have this law. If you declare bankruptcy and you have a house, you have to give up your house. You have to give up basically everything. The only things that you can't discharge in bankruptcy are your taxes and your student loans. Well, that's on the liability side. They stay with you. But you have to sell your home to pay off everything else. You have to sell your car. You have to sell everything you own. But in Florida, you don't have to sell your home. So what rich people do is they buy a major house in Florida. In fact, there was a big scandal about this maybe 3 or 4 years ago. We talked about it on this program at the time, where there was some rich guy, and he moved, and he knew that he was in trouble and his company was going down in flames. And so he moved to Florida and bought like a $30 or $40 million house, and moved into it so he could say, this is my residence, and declared Florida residency. And then he declared bankruptcy. And, it wiped out a bunch of people that he owed money to. And my recollection is that there were small businesses and contractors. A whole lot of people got screwed really badly, and in addition to his banks and credit cards and everybody else. But he got to keep that $30 or $40 million home. And then after the bankruptcy was all over, he sold that home, moved into a mere $1 million home, which still ain't bad digs, and had $30 or $40 million left over in the bank. Trump right now is trying to sell his Washington, D.C. hotel for $500 million. Good luck with that. And although, maybe he'll find a buyer, who knows. But that, to me, is evidence that he is desperately in need of cash. He has been trying to squeeze cash out of everything. He's squeezing cash out of the U.S. Air Force with their stops in Tunbury. He's trying to squeeze cash out of the G7 with his proposed Doral thing. He had to walk that back because Republicans started freaking out about it. But if they had stayed behind him, you can bet he would have done it. He's squeezing cash out of his rallies. They're selling, made in China merchandise that says "Make America Great Again." I mean, he's got all these scams to make money, which is all he's done his whole entire life. And now another scam. He's going to bankruptcy-proof Florida. And Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York State, says, good riddance. He never paid taxes here anyway. Yeah, good.